I cannot believe I'm gonna say this right now. Corbin and Padmita are the only people in the entire villa that gained my respect that night. And not just because they're one of the few couples that didn't support Sincere and Melanie. Because they weren't the only ones that voted for Sincere and Melanie. It was when they answered their why. It was their speech, their why behind their vote that earned my respect entirely. Because the level of maturity it had and the level of insight it provided. I mean, Padmita was right. They are toxic and Mel deserves better. Corbin was right to call out the fact that Sincere not only played Mel, but played the entire villa. Now, he has every right to not want a friend to lie to him, to not want to have someone so dishonest in his corner. Not to mention, it is so abundantly clear that how Sincere treated Mel had Corbin lose so much respect, because he has that much respect for Mel. So he was right to call that out. Because to me, it feels like the villa completely forgot the fact that Sincere not only screwed over Mel, but lied to everyone else. And honestly, Corbin's growth was shown, especially during the speech, because he was able to put his friendship aside and be a true friend and call his friend out with respect. He wasn't coddling him like everyone else. He wasn't shy to tell him how he felt. He put his friend to a certain standard and held him to that standard and called him out on his bullshit, unlike everybody else. And Padmita, she really got me when she said, love is not enough. Love is not enough. This was when her age was very telling. This moment right here is exactly when I knew this girl was 28 years old. She's been through some shit. She has seen a lot. And maybe she has grown. And nearly every single person in that villa lost me that night with how they handled the whole situation with Sincere and Mel. Especially the core four. And all four of those women are my clients. But when it came to the rest of the core four, when it came to how Kata, Trinity, and Anaya especially handled the situation, you lost me. You lost me entirely, and I lost so much respect. Does it mean they're no longer my clients? No. But if this is how they're going to continue to operate and this is how they're going to continue to move, I don't know. Especially Anaya. I'm sorry, but Anaya has been Team Sincere from the very beginning as she was watching her best friend completely fall apart throughout the summer. And then after movie night, even though Melanie was there for her, Melanie spoke life into her, right? Melanie was the real friend when she was going through what she went through with KC, telling her that she deserved better, telling her that there is so much more outside of the villa, telling her to not forget who she is. And now when Melanie is in the trenches with this so-called man, Anaya is supporting it. Okay. So yeah, Anaya, I think out of all of the women, completely lost me. Bryce, my client, he needs to stop. He needs to stop talking. And I feel like with Bryce, he's been a little bit more receptive to why Melanie feels the way that she feels. The girls were the ones that really hurt me and disappointed me the most. I can't fathom allowing my friend or urging my friend to go be with a man that clearly has not changed, that has spent so much time hurting her with no step in the right direction. The only thing this man has done to prove himself was make a mid-breakfast with some flower petals on the floor. Like, that indicates change. There has been no growth, there's been no learning, and there's been no change with Sincere. So for her best friends to still push her in that direction is crazy. As if this shit didn't happen a week ago. And what sucks, especially when it comes to Trinity and Anaya, is they both have good quality men that treat them with respect. So they have men that are actually modeling to them how a man should treat a woman, and they're still telling their girl to take Sincere back. No one has talked about that yet, and that pisses me off. You have the epitome of a good man in front of you, and you still think that Sincere is comparable? And you're still pushing that girl, your best friend, in that direction? Instead of looking at your own relationships and saying, wow, this is what I want for our girl. This is how our girl should be treated. These are the type of men she should be with. But instead, you are putting her with the antithesis of a man. Make that make sense. That is another place where Anaya and Trinity specifically lost me. And I know I mentioned this before, but I'm so happy that Melanie threw in that dig after that speech saying that that is what a good friend would say to her. Because yeah, in that villa that night, Padmita and Corbin were her only real friends. Those four girls should have said exactly what Corbin and Padmita said, but instead they let her down completely.